Greetings, everybody. Jeremy Sneed here again with another anatomy of a trailer. In this case, it's trailers. So our client, GameMill Entertainment, which is one of our favorite clients to work with, they always have very cool and fun IP to work on. And this time, we worked with them on Deer Hunter and Rapala. So Deer Hunter was a very popular mobile game that GameMill is porting to console, and then Rapala has been a sort of a long, storied history of console games for Rapala for fishing. And guys at GameMill came to us and said, hey, we loved what you did on the last trailers for Cartoon Network and Big Buck Hunter and Monster Jam, and so let's do that again here for Rapala and Deer Hunter. The creative approach for trailers like this is very straightforward. We get a creative brief or a summary from the client of all the game's features, release date, etc., and then we'll have kind of a creative session, whiteboard, storyboard, scripting that we'll then share with the client and say this is our recommendation for the trailer, whether it be using voiceover or text supers or both. We created those scripts, shared with the client, kind of bounced back and forth with them for a few sessions and got a script locked in that they were happy with, that we were happy with, and then took those scripts and storyboards into the production process. Graphics were a lot of fun on these. Again, just kind of considering the content, the type of game, and creating text and fonts and graphic treatments that seem to work well for the content. It's always an interesting journey because as you're playing the game, capturing the game, thinking about, okay, this is going to go with a text super, or we're going to put this into a multi-screen. How do we want that to be presented to the consumer where it looks like it's in world with the game, but it may not, look exactly like the HUD or the in-game menu. In this case, for Deer Hunter, we came up with something that was contemporary and seemed to make sense with the game. And then for Rapala, the same, very straightforward, kind of sporty looking font and graphics. Then we took those graphics into the final edit. Editing. Okay, so editing for a project like this always starts with gameplay capture. And as I mentioned before, we have a variety of capture methods here at Media Juice. For this one in particular, we needed a PC running Steam and a PlayStation 4 test kit that we could capture up to at least 1080p, which is what the game was running on. But if need be, we can capture it in up to 4K. Get the latest build from the client, do any updates that are necessary. And then for something like this where we're creating a announce trailer and a launch trailer, as well as vignettes for each game. And by vignettes, I mean for Rapala, they're kind of location-based vignettes featuring all the different lakes that you can go to. And then for Deer Hunter, they're also location-based, all the different states that you can go to, Texas, Colorado, etc. And so those are always a good supplement. You have your announce trailer and your launch trailer, but then something to supplement your media plan with is just some vignettes, some things that focus on different features of the game, in this case, the locations. Which I think worked well. I think it's a nice, traditional yet robust media plan that gives the client the assets they need to communicate with the press and show that they're a viable release that should be covered. Music on these trailers, I picked a couple of tracks that worked really well. The composer of those really kind of hit the nail on the head with the for Deer Hunter anyway. It's like that's a very specific demographic and genre.
Let's get you started.
And then for Rapala, very similar. It's kind of like when you hear those tracks, it's like, yes, this is made for this game. This is made for this trailer. For something that's as well trodden as a hunting game or a fishing game, there's a lot of tracks to pick from there. So that's always makes our job that much easier. So it's always a lot of fun to see, just a classic video game trailer come to life here at Media Juice from beginning to end, the script and storyboard to gameplay capture to editing and motion graphics and voiceover and music, and to see it kind of come across the finish line and the client to be pleased with it. Even though we've done that many, many, many times here at Media Juice, it never gets old. The client to be pleased and it to be released and well received. So check out Deer Hunter teaser and announce trailer by Media Juice Studios, as well as Rapala Pro Series, teaser and announce trailer, and location vignettes for both on either GameMill's YouTube website or on MediaJuiceStudios.com. Thanks.